Let's look at how we can solve equations and inequalities graphically. All right, so we've got two functions. We've got f of x is negative x minus 2, so there's our f of x function. Okay, and then g of x is 2x minus 5, so there's our g of x function. Now, if we want to look at when those are actually equal, I could go through and solve this equation algebraically, no problem, okay? But I can also, if I have a graph, look and see when do those points meet, which is right here, okay? And the answer to this equation right here, what x makes those two true? Well, it's x equals 1 from the graph. This x equals 1 right there. Okay, and I'm just going to prove it. In case you were wondering, is that really true? Can we just look at a graph and be able to tell? Well, let's see. If we solve for x here, we would get negative 2 is equal to 3x minus 5. Add 5 to both sides, and we would get 3 is equal to 3x, so x equals 1. All right, so yes, we can. We just look at the point, where do those two lines intersect, and then this answer is the x value, okay? So now let's look at if we have an inequality. This is saying when is negative x minus 2 less than 2x minus 5. Graphically, that means when is the blue line down below the red line. Okay, and that happens right here. And so what are the x values that correspond to that section of graph? The x's go from 1 off towards infinity. Those are the x values that correspond to this particular section of graph where the blue is below the red. Okay, so when I'm writing the answer, the interval of all the x's that make this inequality true goes from 1 to infinity. Okay, you don't believe me? Let's actually solve it algebraically. So if we've got 2x and then minus 5. All right, and I'm just gonna go ahead and bring my x's over to the right hand side. So we got negative 3x minus 2 is less than or equal to negative 5. Adding 2 to both sides, we would get negative 3x is less than or equal to negative 3, and divide by a negative. Just make sure you change that direction there. So x is greater than or equal to 1, and that is what we put for our interval. Okay, so it does work, and it's kind of a nice connection graphically with what we've been doing in algebra. Okay, so there's our first inequality, and now part C. When is negative x minus 2 up above, because of this greater than, we want it up above the 2x minus 5 line. Okay, so here, this whole section, that's where my blue line is up above the red line, and then we just look what's the x values that correspond to that part of the graph, and it would be everything less than 1. So it would be from negative infinity to 1. And there you go. And you can prove it algebraically as well. Just solve that inequality. But sometimes we won't have the equation of those lines. We'll just be looking at graphs to try and figure these out. So let's look at an application here. So we've got the graph shows the annual per capita consumption of pork and chicken in the United States from 1980 to 2010. And so if we have the amount of pork eaten, there's our blue line, there's our function for the amount of pork, and now we've got a function for the amount of chicken. And it looks like the amount of chicken is on the rise, and the amount of pork people are eating is going down. I don't know about you, but that's certainly the case in my family. So let's see, if we are representing the amount of chicken eaten after 1980, so x equals 0 corresponds to 1980. Solve the equation and inequality and interpret the meaning. Okay, so in this first one, we want to know when those are actually equal. Okay, and it doesn't show it on the graph, so we are going to need to solve this algebraically. Okay, so for p of x equal to c of x. This is part A. All right, what we're going to do is we're going to take those two equations, the pork, so negative 0.11x plus 49.7, and set that equal to the chicken, which is 1.13x plus 31.5. Excellent, and now we can just go through and solve. I am going to bring my x's over to the right side. Oops. So we've got 49.7 is equal to 1.24x plus 31.5. Okay, and now subtracting 31.5 from both sides, I would get 18.2 is equal to 1.24x, and then dividing both sides by 1.24, we get x equals 14 point, round up to 7, so that's about 14.7. I'm going to just say that that is approximately 15. Okay, but remember that x equals 0, that's 1980, and so it's years after 1980. So we would take this point right in here is x equals 15, but the year is 1980 plus 15, so it would be 1995. Okay, so what does this actually mean? It means, so x equals 15, and that means in 1995 the consumption of pork and chicken was about the same. Okay, now I'm being asked in this next one, when is the consumption of pork, that should be in blue, when is the consumption of pork below is less than the consumption of chicken? Okay, so we look, where does that actually show up? When is pork less than chicken, which is right here in this section of the graph, and then we need to know what x values correspond to that particular section of the graph. Okay, it's just below, not equal to. Okay, so the answer to that would be, don't include 15, but then everything else, all the x's beyond 15. And then in terms of actually what does that mean in the context of this problem, we've got pork consumption is less than chicken consumption after 1995. Okay, and then here, when is pork greater than chicken? Well, on the graph that shows up as the pork up above, the function for pork up above the red line for chicken. Okay, and so that would be here our function really is only going from year 0, so 1980 up to 15 up to 1995. Okay, so the answer here would be from 0 and then to 15, but there's no equal here, and so we can't include 15. We need a parentheses there. All right, so from 1980 to 1995, the pork consumption was greater than the chicken consumption. All right, so I'm just saying from 1980 till 1994 because we're not including that x equals 15, which represents 1995.